So this is my new mock based on the Avengers. Now the background behind this mock is, I, like most people a couple of years ago, went and saw the Avengers and absolutely loved it. Now being a Lego collector, I obviously went out and bought all the sets so that I could assemble the Avengers in minifigure form. However, those sets have been sitting under my bed ever since, simply because I never really had a good way to display the Avengers. So lately I've been going about thinking what would be a good mock that could really show off just how awesome the Avengers are. So I went and watched the movie and I settled on this scene during the Battle of New York where they all sort of assemble on a bridge. So this is it. I'm really happy how it's turned out, so let's take a look around. One of my favourite parts of this mock is the sidewalk. I've really tried to follow this closely with what was in the screenshot. My good friend Tash lent me that lamp over there, which he bought a couple for some of his mocks that he's building, and I'm really appreciative that he was able to lend that one to me for this mock. For the road, I was limited with what Lego I had, but I wanted to create a smooth surface to kind of differentiate it from all the rubble. So I used these smooth tiles and I kind of did a pattern so it didn't look so linear. As you can see over here, the road breaks apart a fair bit as the destruction in the background is evident. I added fire in the places that was on the screenshot from the movie, and I think that it turned out really good and added a little bit of extra flair to this mock. I'd have to say one of the hardest parts of building this mock was actually the rubble. Rubble is a particularly hard thing to build out of Lego, specifically because it is so irregular and Lego is such a regular shape. I have added in the semi-trailer there even though it wasn't in the screenshot because, I don't know, I thought it looked quite good, and because this is just a sort of a snapshot of what is a larger scene, I thought the semi-trailer kind of gave you a clue of what continues on further on. I've got the two yellow center lines of the road which you see on all the American roads, and as you can see in the screenshot too. I've had to actually build this off a base mat 1 brick high simply because in the middle there is divots as such where there's been some sort of explosions and some of the concrete has fallen into, which I believe has turned out really well. So another thing I tried to do with this mock is I wanted everything to be anchored down. And when I say that, I mean if I was to carry this mock around, not that I would often, I wouldn't want all the rubble and any of the minifigures just to fall off. So what I've done is I've got little studs under all the minifigures' feet so that they stay there, and I've got different angled elements under the rubble so that it stays there as well. I'm really happy overall with the way that this mock has turned out. It went through a couple of different retrofits, but I'm very happy with how it was done, and especially because I built this entire mock just using Lego that I had left over from different mocks and different sets that I've been building recently. Most notably, all the Lego left over from my Lord of the Rings sets, because well, I'm not particularly fond of the sets. I really just bought them for the minifigures. But once again, this is a mock that I'm very happy with, and one that I'm proud to call my own. My only next challenge is where I'm actually going to display it, because I'm actually running out of room of displaying stuff in my house at the moment. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out any of my other mocks if you're around, and I do have plenty more mock ideas running around in my head that I'll be sure to get going on sometime this year. Thanks.